Hey friends, we're back. The rain settled down and hopefully we can get back on target. So
This is our second try.
this is our second try. If you
Let us know about the audio too.
if you saw what was happening earlier, like we had hail and a tree fell in the yard. Well, Azalea was standing on the porch. All of a sudden, a tree, like seconds before we're going
awesome.
live, and the trees were just flowing back and forth. I was looking up going, oh my God, I don't know. I hope we're in a subdivision called The Woods, and it's
surrounded by trees. They could
we're
fall on our
surrounded by
house.
trees, and a lot of them are older trees. So, man, it was kind of stressful. And it looks like, I don't know, it's like the rain just disappeared. It was all of a sudden, like I don't know.
It's still
So-
raining, but it's not.
Yeah,
like,
it's
as crazy
sprinkling,
as it was.
but it's not like
it was hailing
torrential.
for a few minutes.
Yeah, it was hailing a few
I was
minutes
outside on
ago.
the porch saving my plants.
Yeah, we just went to the, what was it called? The WNC Herb Fest. Is it WNC? So it's the biggest herb festival in the southeast, and we got some really cool blooms. One is called, it's called Pixie. You should go get it and bring it in. It's so pretty and show everybody. It's called, yeah, she said no. But it was a miniature snapdragon, so I'm going to put those by the porch gate. So
The
that should be
rain
nice.
pummeled all those plants. They're
Oh,
all like
so-
sideways now.
So now they're all, as I said, she just saved them because I remembered them. They were on the front porch on a table. And I was like, oh my God, because we got all these like tomato starts and an elderberry vine. I don't know if you guys, I didn't know that you could just have them in this area. So I was pretty pleased to see the starts at the Herb Fest. And it's pretty cool because you can use the flowers, and if you cut I guess you cut half the flowers, and then you can use those to make like elderflower liqueur is Saint Germain, and so I think you can make perfumes and teas out of it. And then the berries you can make jam and syrups and things. I don't
love
know that I've ever
elderberry
eaten
jam.
an elderberry, just
They taste
I
good.
see them on walks, but I have not been brave enough because it looks like several types of berries that are poison. So since I'm not 100%, I'm not eating anything unless I have it, and maybe even a second opinion. So who knows? So anyway, now I feel a lot more calm. I don't know about y'all, but could you tell it was like a frenzy up in here, and we were trying to do 2 cameras, but the sound, we felt like maybe I need to get a separate mic. I'm not sure. I thought that headphones would have done it, but I guess maybe I need to just get one of those Yeti things and hook it up. So anyway,
We're gonna try to improve our videos. We're
Yeah,
gonna
we're
try to
trying
get
to
a mic.
yeah, we're working on all kinds of things.
We got StreamYard. We didn't think we'd ever get StreamYard organized.
Yeah,
and
we
here
never thought
are.
because it was so many problems.
It was kind of daunting.
It was daunting. There's a lot of
So
things.
you know what? If we were able to get ourselves to get StreamYard, we can get a mic.
We can get
double
all of that
cameras.
stuff.
We can.
I mean,
make
we
it
have
epic.
a border. Look at that border. Isn't that something?
I made that.
Zoe made
Great.
that. Hello, Karen, Jeanette. Glad you're back. I'm glad because at first I was like, I don't know what to do, and then because the lights were flickering, we had lightning. It's pretty crazy. It was
awesome.
like and today was such a wonderful, sunny, bright day. I didn't even see
This
it on the
happens
weather.
every year. Whenever there's every year that we have a really warm day. The following day we have a hailstorm.
Because it was really warm. It was like almost, I want to say 78. I'm not positive on that.
Yesterday it was like in the 80s.
Laura says, I was told you should never eat uncooked elderberries. You don't have to tell me twice. I'm not going to eat them.
I don't
Hey,
mess
Merle.
around with that.
Wendy, hello. Deborah, Karen. Oh, Nancy says, you're all knocking it out of the park. Thank you. We're trying our best. Suzanne, hey Suzanne. Carmen. Jeanette. It's nice to see you guys here. Hello, Kim. All right, so in the email we sent, we saw several. I said that I would show you guys some metal cleaning, and I'm going to do that. And
Give them a preview of this, what we'll show later, so they stay tuned.
oh,
Just a preview.
Zoe says do a preview, but that's not a very good preview. It's an okay preview. I'll show you guys a preview when I flip that camera on. It's such a rigmarole, I don't want to have to do it, twice. Karen says she had a tummy bug for 2 days. No fun. Azalea wasn't feeling good either. I think it was, we went to that herb fest, and to say there was a lot of pollen is not, I mean, there's a ton of pollen. I mean, everything was blooming. It was amazing. But I was looking around, and there were like little drifts of pollen everywhere. I was like,
There were flowers all over the place. I got a foxglove.
And Azalea got another foxglove. She's gonna give it another try. She's been trying to, I don't know, I've seen people around here that that have them that have I guess they reseeded, but ours never did. So we have to keep buying them over and over again.
I
So
only bought one foxglove one time, and I took good care of it.
I had them myself in window boxes, but they might be here. They might be annuals instead of perennials. I don't know.
I'm gonna pay extra attention to our plants this year. I was nursing my roses for a while. I was nursing them so good.
Yeah, but
But
you know
then
what?
I didn't cover them well. I didn't cover them, and because I didn't think it would get that cold, and then they all died. Like
We did have a
completely died.
big cold
So,
snap.
I've
So,
learned, but I'm good at taking care of my plants. This year, I'm gonna do better with my foxglove because last time I took good care of her until I planted it in a planter box with another plant it was not compatible with, and then it was not good. So,
All right, folks, I'm gonna flip this. You guys have seen enough of this. You've seen enough of me. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah,
trying to
you'd
do-
think. Okay, I'm gonna do the change settings, camera. What kind of camera I'm trying to get? Back camera. Sorry, folks. Back camera. There's Azalea.
I'm sick.
And you can see my, look at that, that's my hellebores. Aren't those pretty? That's a tulip tree. Came out good. Alright. If you guys are in the mood, please like and share our video so that we can have some more friends to get in on this with us. Alright, I'm going to show you guys. I found this bag of, this is old school. I found this upstairs when I was digging around. So this is a perfect opportunity to see some of the stuff that is very, that's been sitting in here getting dirty. Because this is one of the bags I take to the show. And say I'm working on a project, I'll just throw one in when it's time to pack up. So we'll start with this one. This is a really dull, this has been clinking around there. There's a lot of oils on it. There's a, so I'm gonna get this water. I'm gonna show you guys some things. Some tools. So with any kind of metal you could do this can work for any metal. I would not say, I was gonna say including plated surfaces, but some of that plating can be kind of aggressive, so let's not do that. Some of these. I found this one too. Look how dirty and old that one is. Oh, I see someone says Facebook user. You have to give StreamYard permission to comment so I can know who you are, or you can just say, hi, this is Joanne, or
What does the
whoever
comment
the
say?
person. So Cynthia, I love your necklace. Could you show the entire piece, please? Okay, could do that. Easy. So here it is. This is using part of that kit, the El Dorado kit, and some of the beads I just have laying around. A mix. Isn't that pretty? So I have this for the clasp. This is the bird clasp. I don't know if we have any in stock. Do you know if we do, Azalea?
The bird clasp?
Yeah.
What metal?
In bronze, or maybe this, yeah, this is bronze.
I'm gonna check right now.
So here's the different things. This is check glass. It looks like, I can't think of this. It's quartz with little flecks of black tourmaline. Oh, so we're out of that. This is part of that kit, the El Dorado, that bead there. Ceramic. This one.
The El Dorado you were saying didn't sell that well, but
Gooseberry.
we only have 7 left.
That's part of, oh, well, there it is. I told Azalea, I was like, oh, nobody really liked that one.
the yellow.
Because
Well,
this is
I
like
think-
radioactive. It's it's one of those colors that's so bright, it's like radioactive. And then some folks are kind of scared of it. I can also be scared of it.
I started that one.
Oh,
because
hello,
I wanted
it's
to
Roxy.
Incorporate gold in citrine because we had those gold-plated caps,
Mmm.
and I like those big, chunky, lemony-looking beads.
Oh yeah, I do. I like that story. There's a little piece of turquoise. This is from one of my favorite artists on Instagram and Etsy. It's what's her name? You know, Fox. I can't remember the name of it. Foxpaw. I think it's Foxpaw. You guys remember? You know this artist? I think it's Foxpaw. And I can't remember her name. Of course that happens, and I just saw her post like a few days ago when I was thinking about it. These are vintage right here. These are, that's antique. This is antique too. This is called the gooseberry. And an antique one, this is another antique. Those are old. They're from like 100 years ago. And this is a new one. This is ceramic that's painted with alcohol inks, I think, and spray finished to keep it. But I love them. This is an antique bead. This is turquoise. This is a hand-blown glass one made by my friend Dan Eister. Can you believe that? He made tons of them. I bought them all. So pretty. Yeah, thank you. A lot of goodies. So many goodies. Crystal. That's not vintage. This is a vintage one right here. That's a vintage. Check. Aquamarine. What's this? This is another handmade glass from Dan. And then that's some kind of blue jasper. I don't remember the name of it. There's a piece of kyanite. Another, that's African, old African. These are African, and it's knotted. I don't know if you can see that. But this is that technique that I was showing you guys last week where it's knotted with 2 strands. And if you look, I use 2 brownish strands, like tan. One is a little darker than the other. But it gave a, and they're also both the same thickness. Since these had big holes, the knots came out like grande. Isn't that good? Big old, look at how good, that's AAA grade labradorite right there. Looks good on that. And here's something I do if it's too much play. So when you're knotting a necklace and there's too much wiggle and you don't want that story, because these had great, I mean, look at the size of that hole. You drive a truck through that. This is a really old, this is called, and they're rare, gooseberry, but blue gooseberries. Crazy about those. Those are done by cutting cane. And you can see it this direction. So they layer it in strips. It's the same as this. This is the same style of bead. And they call it a gooseberry because it kind of looks like that. And a lot of times they're like this wide. I found an extra long one, so that was good. And then this is a piece of Leland Blue from Gary Wilson. You all know Gary Wilson. That's from him. Old Dutch opalescent in a really pretty color. And I think that's another, I think that's Chrysocolla, another one of those lamp work. Ooh, and this is a kind of a snail that's a fresh water, but look at the size of it. Isn't that weird? I got that from Sandy Shore. I don't know if you know that person, but they carry a bunch of antique stuff. And I never saw them again. They're a type of snail. I think it's in one of the lakes. It's an American lake, but it comes in this blue-gray color. It's not dyed. That's natural. Isn't that crazy? It looks like mother of pearl, but it's a snail. And a piece of aquamarine, and that's the rest of the class. So, like I was saying, you can put some small brass tubes if there's too much play, like too loose in there, and that way it doesn't just, it's not so loose that it's a weird spot. It's a loose enough, but decorative, so it's not just showing cord. So, anyway, that's this necklace. All right. Jacqueline says, do you ever mix vintage with new? I do. I mix everything. I mix it all up. All right, so the first thing, one of the first ways to clean up is using Dawn dish soap. It's the traditional, and by traditional I mean my traditional. Hey girl, can you pass me the Dawn and maybe some baking soda? The Dawn's underneath the sink. Okay, you don't need a whole bottle. Okay, I've got some water over here. Jacqueline Gaskin says, if you mix it with new, does that cause the value to go down? Jacqueline, I've been making and selling necklaces for a lot of years. I don't want to say how many years because I don't rightly know. But around 20, I would think, getting close to 25. But people don't care about that. And if you're selling a necklace and you're selling it with the intention of saying, okay, all these are antique beads, and you've went out and found all antique beads, then that necklace will be worth more, sure, because it's completely full of antique beads. But the value is in your stringing, in your time, and how much you want it to cost. So if I wanted this necklace, at this point, I think I made another one for a gal a few months ago or a month ago, whenever that was. I think I charged like, I want to say 140, maybe 150, I don't remember. But some of the beads, it just depends. Like these are artisan beads and they cost a little more than, say, this bead, because that's a vintage. It's an old bead, but these are only like, I don't know, 50 cents a piece. So, you have those mixed in with, this is an artisan bead, and that's probably like, I don't know, I think that's from Keith O'Connor, and it's probably $4 or $5 for one of those. And so when you have a big mix, you basically need to know how much each one is, and that will tell you your price after, of course, you factor in your time. So the value is basically what you put with it. If I put all of just this, and these are, I don't know, $4 or $5 each, like this size and shape. And so when you factor that in, you just, decide, am I going to go all of the more expensive type? And then your necklace is no longer like 140, then it's more like 450. And then it's like for a museum. So, but there are definitely shows for that. I've been to shows in Tucson where that's what they want. They would not want a mix of check beads. But that's for that specific collector. And if that's who you are marketing to, by all means, that's what you should do. But if you're for the standard person that just loves beads, a good collection, and they know what the beads are, then this is a more affordable way. So it just depends on what your outcome wants to be. So I was going, mid-range. So I wouldn't consider like 150 expensive. I mean, I've seen shirts in Sundance catalog go for 200. And I mean, that has a definite shelf life of how many times you can wear that necklace or shirt. I mean, with a necklace, you'll be wearing it for years. It's not the same, I don't think, with a piece of jewelry. So anyway, that's my thoughts on that. And thanks for asking about that necklace. It's one of my favorites, partly because of this. I love that gal's work so much. I would love a whole necklace of just those, but they're kind of pricey, so I spaced them out. All right, back to this. Okie dokie. So there's a bunch of different things you can use. I'm going to show you, where'd that pewter piece go? I want to find a really dirty one. Looks like gray. Oh, okay, so this one looks pretty dirty. Oh, thank you, Cindy. She says, loving your unique mix of gems. I have been a fan. So this is a toothbrush. I put some Dawn dish soap. Hopefully I don't turn my hands black before I have to show those gems.
Dawn dish soap will get rid of that staining. Useful soap.
So this is just an old toothbrush from my dentist's office. It's a holistic dentistry, so they like things to be kind of organic. Now, it might not look like it's doing anything right now. Like you're like, oh, wow, great technique. But there's a little bit of soap on there, and I haven't rinsed it yet. So you can see the brush is turning a little bit gray at the top. So this is if you don't have any pro polishing pads or anything else. So this is one side. I'll do one side and show you. Get a little bit more water in there. Where did I put that green here? Go. So I'll do one side at a time to show you. Alright. I'm going to dip it in here. Okay, so that's the side after, and here's the side that didn't get it. And that's the side after. Let's do this side. Let's do it with another material. Okay, I'm going to show you something else. All right. So a lot of times, can you give me a paper towel, just a regular paper towel? I'll show the difference. I have some more beads over here. Different ones. That one's not that dirty. I showed that last. That's not. Ah, here we go. So this is, you guys, this is old school. A potato fairy. I found this on an old key. I don't even think I have this apartment anymore. And that's like from, I don't know how many years ago. So this one is really dirty and beat up. Now here's just with a paper towel. Yeah, I have plain water. It's a jar of water here off camera. So the first thing I'm going to try, so say if you have one and it has a little bit of that grime from being in a, like, you know, from being handled, and so you can see some of that coming off. So you just need a little elbow grease. And I'll show you what it looks like just using this. Okay, so a lot of times it's not tarnish, but the oils, when they say tarnish, what they're really meaning is it's dirt from the oils and dust and stuff that settles. So a lot of times it just needs to be cleaned. And you don't need a lot of chemicals, although I have some here to show you. And so that was just with a plain no water paper towel. That just has a little bit of texture. And so that's with just removing the that kind of dusky layer that was on it. All right, now I'm going to show you brass brush. This is a little more aggressive. This is an old one. This is from you know what? I don't know where this is from. This is old though. Wherever you can get a brass brush. Now this one also isn't super aggressive. So see how I can do this? The wire on that is not really hard. You can get some that have a really stiff bristle, and that's a little more, I would test it. If you bring your stuff, just test it, so you're not buying one that you don't necessarily need. I have one that's so stiff it's like hard to use. All right, so let's see if you can see that. Okay, I'll hold this. All right, let's get her little face. Okay, so this is what a brass brush is going to do. This is a more aggressive, like you're cleaning all the black off with this. No black will remain. You see it gets in there to all the little crevices. But it also kind of scuffs up the surface, so, and makes it like a matte finish. You can see where it's shiny in some areas, so it won't be shiny after this goes over it. And so that kind of took off all that. So now it's more of a matte. Okay. Now when you work with a brass brush, you need to keep it, like, get it where it can dry afterwards, or these guys can get kind of, like, have this sort of weird powder. You can see it. I just leave it by the sink. All right, so this is another thing I like to use. This is another, I like a matte finish, but if you want things to be shinier, you take it to this point. If you have a brush, you don't have to. You could just use the Dawn dish soap and get all the oils and grease off of it. And when it's dry, you can then go to one of these. These are pro polishing pads. You guys have seen these before. They're from Rio Grande, or you can get them from, I think beadshop.com has them. I've gotten them from Kate. I think she sells them in a like a 10-pack or something. It's like a few bucks. If you're wholesale, then you can just go do Rio, but you have to buy it by pack of, I think, 50. So what this is, it's a piece of foam that has a very fine particulate. So it has a texture. It feels smooth, but these are great to polish. I mean, they're gentle enough where you can do just about anything with it. I don't know about pearls, maybe, but you can also, I've wiped off gemstones, glass. It works great for that. So here, if I want to get it a little bit shiny again, and I don't have like a tumbler, because sometimes you can just throw them in the tumbler, and that's one way to get them super shiny. It's pretty much the best way to get them. If you want to get them ultra shiny, then the tumbler is the best way with steel shot. But if you don't have that, the next best thing is a pro polishing pad and a toothbrush. I know sometimes people will just throw some, like they had pewter findings or metal findings, or putting them in the dishwasher in a mesh container and running them through, and that's like you're going deep clean. I think it's a little unnecessary when a little bit of hot water will do it. So flipping that over, you can see how much more that took off. A lot. See that? So this is a super old piece. This is from one of my earliest collection. At one point when I did a trade show in Houston, this guy came up to the table. I should have looked up his name. I always say it after I tell that story, but he came up to the table and he bought one of these and used it as a keychain. He was a very famous HGTV dude. And I didn't recognize him. And then afterward, people were like, oh my God, he was at your table. What did he get? And so I showed them this, and then I sold a whole bunch of them. I'll look it up later. But isn't that cute? That came out good. All right, that's one way. Now, I also got this stuff. I don't know. I don't tend to use a lot of chemicals. This is a type that's for cleaning softer, like gold and gemstones. And I think this one's more like, almost like a silicone. So let's demonstrate this. So let me see if I find another dirty one. Oh, we'll do this one. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to shout it out. All right, I'm going to put this on that paper towel. I'm going to do this side. It says on here to spray it directly onto the piece of jewelry and wait 20 to 25 seconds, then rinse in warm water. And then it says to use a gem brush to gently remove any persistent soil. We'll see. All right. Okay, gave it a squirt. And I'm going to let it sit there for 20 seconds. Cleaning my toothbrush off right now. Okay, that's, I don't know, does that seem like 20 seconds to you? I don't know. We'll give it another second or so. Let's see. But I'm too impatient. Let's just see what happens. Start wiping it. Alright, that's when I just hit it with the paper towel, like that. And then here's some warm water with a toothbrush. And let's see what happens. And this is for jewelry now. Okay. So that worked pretty well. Hey, go get me that pink paste over there on the counter, Azalea. I've been loving that stuff. I want to test that out on here. I use this stuff I got at, I think I got it at Lowe's or Home Depot. And I want to test it on this. I used it to scrub the heck out of this pan that got charcoal on the bottom. You know, sometimes you get a pot that... So let's try this stuff. The pink stuff. The Miracle Cleaning Paste. Oh, Jacqueline. She says, is pewter harmful to wear due to the zinc content? Listen, we cast the stuff in the house and we don't use any zinc. We alloy our own metal. So in our mix, we use tin, silver, and copper, and we don't use any nickel or zinc because we're casting it here. And I don't want to have the crazy times, you know? It's not worth it. Go work somewhere else if that's the case. If I got to breathe in all the toxic stuff. You could eat off this. Well, not after I've been handling it, obviously, but, you know, I'm just saying. The metal itself is inert. The metal itself is inert, so don't worry about that. There is nothing harmful. You can wear this directly on your skin. And I have been for over 20 years, and there's no problems with wearing it and using it. And we had it tested too. We had to when we did the stuff for Hobby Lobby. If you guys remember that back in a few years ago when we were doing that. I mean, we still have a few pieces in there, but when we had that massive collection, they required that sheet that had the hazardous material. So you had to get it scientifically tested, sent off to a lab. So, all right, let's see. Karen says, "Have you tried Jewel Bright? Is that what I have here? I have Sparkle Sparkle. I don't know if that's the name. Oh, it's called Sparkle Sparkle. I don't know that I have tried Jewelry Bright, Karen. That sounds good. That sounds great. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, the R stuff, I don't use anything toxic. I mean,
We make it in our house.
yeah, we make it, and I like to eat organic, and you know. All right, so let me find another one that's dirty out of this collection. These were floating around. I never got a chance to organize them. Okay, so this one is still pretty shiny. I want one that's like really old. Kind of. Oh, how about this? All right, this is very dirty. This has been at a lot of shows, and I took it out because I was gonna clean it, and I just forgot. But this is that knitting ring I made several years ago, if you guys remember that. So it has the two, you wear it like this, or like this, however you knit, or on this side. It just depends. And it has an adjustable thing here, so you could get it on your fingertip. And if you need it to do color work, it works great for that. I made it because I was using wool, and that wool was so coarse, it was shredding the top of my finger. All right, so let's try this one. This is the pink stuff. I use this. This is a silver ring now. I used that to clean a pot, and it cleaned it good. So we'll see how
I'm
well
excited.
it works. All
Let's
right.
see, this big reveal is going to be so
I know. I hope
sparkly.
it's good because I've been talking it up for a couple minutes, so we'll see.
I mean, if it scrubbed all that like ancient blackness from our pots, then it should get some tarnish off of the ring, you know.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I like it. You know, I mean, I dip stuff in liver of sulfur so I can tarnish it. So. Oh, sunshine polishing cloths work pretty good. Yeah, I like those too. I don't like how they have that powdery stuff on them. That's the only thing I don't like about sunshine cloths, but they work great too. Although I think they're a little pricey for as many as you get, or how much it is. It's like a few bucks for one sheet, and I don't feel like I get as many. I prefer the Pro Polishing or Dawn dish soap. But if you don't have that, we did have an ultrasonic cleaner at one point just for knocking off the investment. All right, that's how it looks so far.
I want to see.
All right, I'm bone here.
Yeah. I'm ready.
All right, here's the reveal. So you can see where I did not scrub right underneath here.
That worked good.
So that took pretty much. I have still a little on my hand.
Yeah,
Yes.
wipe it with the towel. Scrub it.
This is sterling. This is a sterling piece.
That cleaned it up good.
Yeah, look at it.
Oh my gosh, that was deeply satisfying. Do another one.
I was like, do another one. So,
You think it would work on one of your coins? How would that look?
where do you find those? What, Lila? Lilia. Is it Lilia? I think it's Lilia. Yeah, that worked good. So I just.
Lorraine says, "Wow, big difference." I hope she's not being sarcastic. It looks sparkly to me, yo.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
Let me see.
So let me rinse it again. Give me one that's another tarnished piece.
We
Really
don't have any
tarnished.
tarnished pieces
We've been
on the
cleaning
table.
everything.
Our stuff has been looking good lately, so
Mhm.
to find a tarnished piece is like who knows that you would want to look for that. None of our pieces are tarnished.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them floating around.
You can try it on this like Shibu piece and see what
Let's see
happens.
on this one's
See
kinda-
what happens to the Shibu.
Okay, but if you take, I don't want to take that Shibu off. That one's a good. Okay, let's get some more. Let's try it on this horse. This horse is really. Oh, Mary says, "Do you still sell these for knitting?" You know, This is gonna sound really weird, but I only made like 4 of these. I don't know. It just seemed like I didn't sell them that fast, so I just never made any more.
We were selling them in.
I made 3.
In Tucson, because
Or
people
4.
noticed that they put it on their finger and they're like, oh, it doesn't go down all the way. But then the knitters, they knew.
The knitters bought the ones I had. So.
They knew.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes we just make stuff, and if it does well, then we make more. But in that case, it just no one knew what to do with it, so I just didn't make any more. All right, so let's see what happens with this. Scrubbing the heck out of this little horse. I love this horse. It reminds me of like that Scandinavian style stuff. Yeah, that's what I made it for, was color work. Okay, soapy. Let's see. What do you think? Think they got that? I mean, that's pretty bright. What do you guys think of that? That looks good. The pink stuff I am happy with. Let's try it on that one thing. Let's get that out of the way. Let's try it again. There's one that I thought I could get a little bit more shine on it. Where'd it go, that crystally one? There it is. Let's try it on this one and see. Yeah, I scrubbed the one side. Let's try it again. Yeah, that horse is one of my favorites. Yeah, you can see. So in our, sometimes we don't make the same things in pewter and silver because it's hard to tell them apart. Now, because if you drop a silver one in a bucket of pewter, good luck hunting for it.
I can tell.
I can tell too, but a lot of people, you have to pay attention. All right, so here's that. This was just cleaned on this side with the Dawn dish soap. All right, let's go in with some more of that pink paste. I'm going to do both, or no, I should just do one side so we can see the difference. Yeah, it's pretty satisfying, actually.
Keep doing it again.
All right, let me dip it. What's funny about that horse? Azalea, tell me what's funny. I'm missing something.
Because Julie Liston commented, "Oh yeah, that Bourse cleaned up good." And then she said horse.
Oh.
But Bourse spelled B-O-U-R-S-E. The Bourse.
Oh, give me that Bourse.
Bourse. That's like a giant Viking wing.
Okay, so this is the one side with the Dawn dish soap, and then this is the side with the whatchamacallit, pink stuff. Yeah, I feel like I could have gotten a little bit more.
You guys hear that tender squeak? That was my son.
Alright, I'm gonna rinse it again.
Kia Bourse.
Doesn't Sunshine, I think Sunshine cloths are like, I see them at bead stores. I'm sure you can get them online. Okay, so that's even more. Yeah, that came out good. So that's the side with the Dawn. And you can see this lifted a little shinier. It left still a little of the, more of the blackjack that we put on there. So we apply a black patina to get the dark, because if you don't have the dark in there, you can't see the details. So that's why I do that. All right, let's see. And I think, you know what? I think this has got, I bet this has like baking soda in it or something. Oh, soap. I don't know what those things are. Perfume. But it works good. I use it to scrub my pots and pans, and now I'm going to scrub the heck out of dirty pewter with it. Works good. Let's try it on this one. This is kind of chewed up and really old looking. Get a little bit more of that paste. I'm going to try it on my fingers and see. Yeah, that pink stuff works really well. I am happy with it. So you could see before that was a kind of a dusky maroon color. And I don't want to remove the inside part, so I'm not going to use the toothbrush. because I think it'll remove the inside design. So I'm trying to leave the patina on the inside. So I'm just going to do the top with my thumb. Oh, so yeah, I think that works pretty well. This is an old Sphinx bead in Shibuichi. And to get this color, you have to heat the piece up with a torch and then polish it. And the polishing makes it this, where'd that one piece go? It gives it this burgundy color, like this. That's the color we're after with that. But sometimes it's so dark you can't see the design. So I'm rinsing this off. Okay, let's see it. The big reveal. And if you saw that a few minutes ago, you could see that that was pretty dirty. This one says, "The final mystery is oneself." And that's an Oscar Wilde quote on the back of the Sphinx. I don't know if we still make that piece. We still make this?
I'm not sure. I haven't packaged any of those in a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. That's probably, you know, sometimes we make something and then we never make it again. That's just how it goes. Okay, Azalea, will you scrub one thing? I had a couple, I was going to show before I put this stuff out. So here's another thing. So there's steel wool. This is another way to clean. So this has 3 grades. I don't usually use the high, like this type, the not as fine, because it can be a little aggressive. The super fine is the one I like to use to highlight. And that's where you've cleaned your piece. Let's clean this one. It's so brown. And then we'll stop cleaning. Because even though it's fun, you guys probably want to do something else with your evening besides watching me clean beads. Alright, this is, what is this? Bronze, maybe? Old bronze. You know how bronze turns when it's been out in the world for a really long time? You know, you see the statues and they're that dark color. Kind of like brown with a little bit of green. That's what's happening with this dragon bead. Alright. I'm scrubbing the heck out of him. This has been in that sandwich bag for a lot of years. Alright, let's see how he looks. Not bad. Could be better. Let's get in there. Get some elbow grease. Get all the patina. That's what that is. You know, you can buy patina that will turn all of your metals, like especially bronze, there's a ton of patinas for it. And I have some for bronze. You can have green, blue, black. I think there's a burgundy. All the different colors. Maybe not as many colors as you can get with silver, but there are definitely, you can definitely color it. All right, let's see. All right, so that piece with the pink stuff removing, looks like I need to get in there and use another, because there's still some residue. Need to get that out. Probably need to use like running water to get the rest of the residue. But you can see it really cleaned up all that patina. There's still some of that pink in there. I'll wash it some more. But now let's look at what steel wool will do to that. So this is just regular shiny. And here's what steel wool does. It's kind of like a highlighter. Oh, don't hit the camera. Okay, so right here you can see what this is doing. It highlights and shines your high points. So anywhere the piece sticks up, you can see it really highlights your details. So this is fine steel wool, and it works great for highlighting. And you know what? You can use this for, you know, the patina paints if you want to remove some of it and you want it to have that kind of tin soldier look with some of the pieces looking like they're tumbled from age. This is the stuff. Oh, Cherie says, hi, Cynthia and Azalea. I'm so sorry I missed this. I was making ATC cards. Well, that's a good and useful thing to be doing. Well, thank you for tuning in. You can make some cards and listen. That's what I do if I'm watching a live. All right, so look at this. So this works great. Say you don't have a tumbler, you don't have a rotary, like little rotary feature on your Dremel. Or that is a Dremel, rotary, duh. Oh, I said that. Polishing pads on there. So let me see if I can get that in focus. Oh, thank you. Cherie says, I love watching you both. Thank you. I love ATC cards. I haven't made them in a lot of years. I saw there was a meetup in town here in Asheville for an ATC meet, and I thought about going.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like fun. Although sometimes I don't want to trade. I like my cards the best. That makes me sound weird and selfish, but...
Well, it's because maybe not everybody's drawing gigantic purple cats and unicorns.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
what you want.
I wanted unicorns and fairies and stuff, so what do you know? Okay, so here you go. That was that dirty bronze dragon, and now you can see with the help of pink paste and fine steel wool, you can get this look. And I think it looks good. Let's try it, the steel wool, on one. All right, this one's been... Okay. So this one needs to be, it's a little dingy. We'll try this on it. Yeah. I kind of find it a little bit satisfying, you know? See how that side's a little bit not as shiny, and then look at this side. Okay. Yeah, looks good. So, there you go. That's the magic of steel wool. It comes in different materials like copper, bronze. I think those are for automotive, and I don't know if there's any difference in the technique or if it feels any different. I don't know why there's different kinds. I'm assuming because of the like the hardness of the material. Like I would think copper would be more aggressive since it's a harder metal than the steel wool, but who knows? I'm not sure. I've tried it and they seem the same to me. So maybe that's an automotive type question, you know, for the steel wool. Let's try it on this one's a little bit dirty too. So one thing to keep in mind if you're using the steel wool is that, look at this. Ugh, that's a downside. The downside is that you get shedding. And this is my painting cloth, so that's kind of no good on that end. You know what? Right now it's like perfectly still. I'm looking outside, and you would never know that it was hailing, and the trees were like swaying really hard back and forth. I could hear the chainsaw a minute ago. I don't know if you guys heard that, but they're cutting up a big limb that came down. So before my friend leaves, they have to do some chainsaw work. So that looks really good. Yeah, you know what? If I had thought ahead, I would have used gloves with this. Like when I'm working with it, I don't notice any feeling, but I think later, if you had like little things on there, like little miniature cuts, this would be would be horrendous, I bet. I don't know, but use gloves. I usually use gloves, like dishwashing gloves work great. I have them by the sink if I want to polish anything. That's what I'll use. This is one of my favorite things to use. And it's a little bit different, you can tell. than if you were to use, this is a sanding pad, and this is a fine sanding pad. They come in all different grits at Home Depot or your hardware store, and this is for painting. You guys have seen these. Actually, this one is not. This is from the automotive section. I forgot about that. So if you go to the automotive section and you see these sponges, they're for finishing cars, and they'll use this as one of the final things. So this is not for washing dishes. It's a sanding pad. They might also have them in the wood section for finishing fine wood, but I'm not 100%. I usually see these in the automotive paint section at Ace Hardware. So what this is good for is making something not shiny but matte. Okay, so this is really shiny. See? Super shiny. And so if you hit it with this, you can see what's going to happen. Some people don't like too much shine. And if that's the case, you can hit it with one of these, and you could take off all the shine and make it matte. Or in this case, satin, because it was so shiny before, it's going to be like... The only way to get that really matte is to hit it with a piece of wax or something. And I do that for my photography. I just use a little bit of beeswax rubbed over the surface. And so it's not so reflective that you can't show the detail. So sometimes if it's too shiny, it can be really difficult to photograph. So if that's the case, you can do this, but sometimes people don't want it matte. I like matte, so in most of my personal jewelry, you will see it matte finish. Alright. And you can see that difference. It almost has, there's a grain because of the way I was sanding it. And it is kind of sanding because you're scuffing up the surface to make it matte. When you're shining the surface, you are compressing the molecules in the metal so that they're all going the same way, and that's what makes it shiny. So you could, in theory, get a metal tool and burnish the surface, and it'll go to shiny. That's essentially what you're doing when you're tumbling. You're using metal to burnish it down, and that's how you get a really high shine. So that's satin finish, and that was with the automotive pad. And this one says, oh, I think it's I can't read that from what it says on there, but I buy them and I cut them up into small little squares. And then when I cut them, you know what happens? It makes my scissors sharp. So that's one benefit of that. So I'll do this. Okay, so these scissors are a little bit not that great. They could use a little bit of sharpening. So I cut them into pieces like this size and put them in my kit. And then my scissors, you can hear it has that snick. Sharpens them up a little. So you can do that with sandpaper too if you need to sharpen your scissors for cutting hair or paper or whatever you're going to cut. And so this point will get in there. See, I can get into those little pieces, and it's a little easier to hang on to. So you can get down in there and bring all the details. So you'd want to do that for that purpose. Okay. So how do you guys feel? You feel like you got the knowledge? So this side I didn't bother. You guys feel good about everything? Any questions? Any material that I did not show that I have over here? Okay. Let's see. Carl says that's a good tip for photography. I always say sparkle is hard to capture. It is. It really is. Kim says, it's so amazing to me how you can create such a variety of surface color and texture on metals. I agree. I agree. Okay, so I'm going to clear this up, and then let's get started with seeing what I dug out of the studio. I'm going to put all these guys back in the bag. But I probably leave that dragon out because I'm so pleased with it. I'm going to have to do something with it. Oh, here's Azalea. She's back. She's back to help me with the live. Azalea, can you clear this up and chat for a second? Let me wash this grit off of my hand.
Hello everyone, I'm here. We're gonna start the lot sale soon. We have a bunch of silver this time. We sent out the newsletter. Hopefully everybody got it. And yeah, we've got a few gemstones this time. Not as many as we usually do, but we have like a lot of silver happening here. So we're gonna show that as soon as Mom comes back. We've got some chain. We've got a couple Luna moths as requested a few weeks ago. You guys expressed an interest in some silver Luna moths, so we've got those. We've got some rubies and some sapphires, fan favorites. And we're about to show some, so you guys get ready. Oh, also, anybody that has sent me a message regarding their order, everybody's orders are still in production. If you placed a lot sale order from one of our live sales and it hasn't shipped yet, that's probably because you have another order waiting that has something pewter that is being made still. So sorry about that, but Dad is making all of them. It's just him right now, and me and Max whenever we go downstairs to help him, but it's usually mostly just him. And he doesn't have any employees anymore, so he's got to make it all by himself. So thank you guys for your patience. We're about to show this stuff. It's going to be great. All sterling silver. I'm very excited. I love it.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Did I
Okay.
clean that area? Does it look good?
Yeah. Let's get it. Let's get this show on the road. I'll get my notebook.
All right, she's getting that notebook, people.
Getting the magic notebook y'all like.
Azalea, Azalea, Azalea. Oh, you're welcome. Kim says, thanks for the cleaning demo. You know what? I like working on those pieces. I'm going to get this out of the way. So, here's what's happening. I went through, we were organizing the studio. We got people coming over. And I would like to have a clean studio for once in my life. I know it sounds impossible. But
No,
there
we'll
you
have
go.
it. We're not that far off.
We're
We
not
need
that
to
far.
organize some of the beads and fabric.
Okay, so I'm going to start. We have some chain. This is from my private collection.
Chunky.
This is
Sterling silver.
sterling.
I love that
It's
chain.
heavy. It's heavy. Very heavy chain. So I've been keeping this for my whole life. And I thought, you know what? Am I going to use this? I don't know. I have another piece. So I'm going to get it ready to show you. So this is lot 258. This is a heavy piece of chain, folks. Let's measure it so we can see. You got that ruler over there?
Mm-mm.
I had a ruler over here.
I gotta watch the comments, yo.
Find me a ruler so I can tell them how long this is.
It doesn't have. No, it doesn't have that.
I had a ruler.
tag.
So, look at the thickness of that. It's very heavy. I weighed it. It is. It's very thick. Man, you know the drawback to that steel wool is that, man, that steel wool, you got to do it outside or you got to do it on a tray. Because I hate feeling it. You can feel it on your fingers. So use gloves. So this, I've used this in the past. I'll tell you what this is good for. Bracelets. So I make charm bracelets with this type of chain, although this is a little bit heavy. So you could probably get, I don't know how many bracelets out of that. Let's measure it. Okay. $18, $19.
Sorry, we disappeared for a second, you guys.
Like a little 19, 18, 21. 21 inches of heavy sterling chain. It's very heavy. So that is, if you're interested, it's $124, $258.
Lot 258, $124.
All right. That would be good to make a bunch of Rolo chains. I've got this. This is sterling paperclip chain. 20 inches. Let's see. It's 58. It's a little lighter. It's not as heavy as that stuff that I just showed you. It
Lot
weighs
260.
like half the amount, so that's why it's 58 instead of 124.
People's
So it's
comments
silver.
are not coming in. I wonder if our internet is going out again.
I don't know. So this is considered paperclip chain. It's very nicely polished, and it has a lobster clasp. It's a good length. What I do with this chain is I use this to put my pendants on, some of my really fancy pendants, and I'll then add small crystals, or like, what do you call it? Faceted gemstones on a head pin and put them on each one. It's a little labor intensive, but it looks really awesome. So sometimes you can imagine it, so if you wanted to. Like this. But what I usually do with a chain like this is I keep it so that I can put other things on and change it out. I have several lengths of this for myself. And that's what I do with it. If you have a glass bead, you could easily put that on there because can fit through standard size.
This person says, can you see those of us on Facebook? We can see most of you, but whoever commented that, your name is Facebook user on StreamYard. So,
Oh, yeah, I cannot see who the name is because there's a couple people that are Facebook user.
but most people they have their names.
So that was a finished chain. That's 58. It's pretty heavy. Okay, I'm going to show you guys these next. Or let's put them, go in order so I know I'm not going to keep showing the same
You
ones.
started in the middle anyway. All right.
Oh, you have somebody that says sold 260 is all, y'all.
That's Wendy.
Wendy. All right, so this, I've shown you guys the couple of this. I found more of it upstairs. I might have 2 of them, Pat. So I don't know if I have more, I'll let you know, but I think I only have 2 of that. So what I'm doing is I'm going through my studio and finding things in there. This is old school. This is that silver. It's heavy. These are heavy, big chunks. They make these by dripping molten silver into a bucket of cold water. And so when it hits the surface, that's why these are all weird shapes. It flattens and you get these weird shapes. And then they drill them afterwards. So they're all a little bit different. There's none of them that they're the same. So you can't really get these anymore. I don't know why they don't make them. It's probably, I don't know, Karen Hill tribe, and I don't know why they don't make them anymore. They just, who knows? You just don't see them. So I'm sharing, I bought a ton of it, so I would never be out. And I use these in, it would probably help if I had this. I use these in my gemstone necklaces like this. And I'll put a few. I don't put a lot because they're heavy. I mean, this is a heavy, thick pile of silver right here. And I use them sparingly. I would even think those are a little heavy for earrings. So, anyway, they're like pearls. That's what they remind me of. This set here, this is all the big ones. All these are the big. So I put them on one. And it's 70 to 68. I have some that are smaller. Okay, this one is a smalls. Or not, I shouldn't say small because they're medium, I guess. And you get all those. This one's 58. 267 is the lot number. And there's a bunch of different shapes. This one has...
I like that one.
I know. I picked out on this one, I picked some that are all kind of similar shape. So you can see there's one I put a little bit bigger. I use these sparingly.
Oh, wait, let's pause. Facebook user, the first person to comment that is that Facebook user. Is that Pat Moore? Did you say you wanted 267? Because that's the first name I see for 267.
Yeah, it comes up as Facebook user, so I don't see your name.
Yeah, I think that's the only person. I'm assuming it's Pat Moore because I haven't seen anybody else comment Facebook, like with the Facebook user.
Okay, Facebook user that wants 267, say your name.
Because that was the first comment I saw come up for that.
I might have a couple more of these. I hoard the heck out of them because I bought all the strands I could get in small, medium, and large. And I've hung on to these puppies. I would put those.
Yes, Mary, we do see you.
Mary, I see you. No, that is Ann below me. Facebook user says Ann. Okay, maybe someone that wants 267, type your name so I can see your name that has just Facebook user.
I believe it must have been Ann Schroeder. Okay.
Oh, Ann Schroeder.
That makes sense.
Oh, I see. All right, so that's that lot. Y'all, I am so sweaty right now. I don't know what my story is. Oh. Oh, so this is from the early 2000s.
If you want to change, I can take over for a minute.
Okay, these are, so this is a bracelet that is for charm bracelets, and they're great big thick links. Now, I don't know if these come apart. They do. So if you wanted to remove a section, they're so heavy that you can turn them this way and never this way, always this way. And so you could shorten it. And these are, let me measure it. Okay, so this one is 8.5 inches.
Julie Listen says, want 2, lot 267. Do you mean 257? Because that's the one that Mom's showing right now that we have 3 of.
She might want those
and,
other ones.
Deborah A., do you take PayPal? Whenever we do these lot sales, you just comment the lot number, and hopefully if you're registered with StreamYard, we can see your name, and I just write down your name and the lot number. And then after the live, or maybe the next morning, I send people invoices in their email that connect to Shopify. So it's way more secure than just a PayPal transaction. It's a little easier to keep track of too.
And it has built-in tracking. That's what I like about it. All right, so that is for $54 on this heavy silver charm bracelet base. This is what I used to use for my charm bracelets. If you guys remember, I went through a phase, I don't know if you knew that time, but I would put my handmade glass beads on these. So that's what these are. So it is really easy to, now if you want, we have, I think, 3 or 4 more of these, so you can.
We have 3 in total of these.
We have 3.
So far, Cindy Hourhan gets one of them, and I'm still not sure. Yeah, Julie Liston says, please cancel lot 268. Okay, so Julie Liston, you did not want 268, but you want 2 of this. Did you want 2 of these? Because that's when you said the 267, but that one we showed before.
Okay.
Sometimes it gets a little confusing.
It
y'all.
can.
Thank you
So
your
for the
patience.
charm bracelet, it is $257.
We can bring
I have
that back
3
to
of them.
268 if Julie Liston doesn't want that one anymore. It's this one.
If anybody wants that piece.
All right.
Or if we have to do the, if you're watching this in replay, just email, and then we will see if we have it ready. If we have it, then we'll send you an invoice through our Shopify, our website, and it has tracking and everything. All right.
All right, Mary Schwartz, I see you with lot 257.
Did I do this one? I
Yeah.
did do that one. Okay, I did that one too.
Just show this one again because Julie Liston just.
She didn't know if she wanted. All right,
She
so
just said, please cancel that one. So that's
Okay.
the one that went pretty quickly before, but now it's
yeah,
available again.
yeah. Thank you, letting us know right away, because sometimes it gets confusing if you.
Okay, yeah, she wanted.
267. It might be storm related, Carla. I can hear rolling thunder in the distance, so I might have to, go get the lead out and move a little quicker so we do not have any more problems. So if you want these are the ones that are all the one-of-a-kind heavy-duty silver, and I believe this style is fine silver because I don't believe you can do that with sterling when you can drip it in a bucket. I don't think that works. So I think these are actually fine. And at one point, I did melt them down with an experiment with PMC, and it worked. So I believe that is fine silver. And then, sometimes fine, it has that little bit of yellowish, golden look. All right, what's next? Okay, so I have one of this. This is a clasp. Oh, it's a little too tight. So that goes like this. Azalea, when you put it, I can't clasp it.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
She tightened it up so I can't get in there.
I didn't want them to get separated.
She didn't want them to get separated, so they're
It's just a
they're
simple
tied.
loop. I didn't
So that's
tie
a
knot.
loop and a hook and
What knot
eye.
is that?
Oh, sorry. It is lot 274. It's 52. It's sterling octopus. And you can use this one to dingle dangle stuff on each side. If you want, you can see through there, look. Areas to dangle. So that's a great clasp for that. If you are watching this on replay, you can email us. That obviously you would cut them apart when you use it. I made this with pearls and it was a killer necklace. All right, what's next? So we had several people asking about this. This is the moon clasp and it is in sterling. And it looks good. It looks real good. So if you want one, it's $32 in silver. And it looks awesome in the silver. Beautiful. So if you're interested, I have several. So we can get that down for you. Azalea, we have several people interested in that one.
First one I see for lot 263 is Lauren Rachelson.
Yeah, we have several. So if you're interested, say sold, and or not sold, it's a lot, but just say the lot.
Yeah, you don't have to say sold.
You don't have to say sold. I don't know why I said that.
She's thinking about something else.
Yeah. Yeah, that came out good. And I don't know if you guys saw the moon last night, but it was epic. When I was driving in from picking up some takeout, it looked fantastic. Kind of pinkish, though, from where we were looking. Anyway, it's a secure clasp. It's comfortable. This doesn't get hung up in your hair. And if it flips, because sometimes you know how a clasp will flip, it looks good any way, which way it flips. So this way it kind of looks like an eclipse, or you could hook it up this way if you felt like it, or if it flips this way and that shows, no problem. Good on all sides. Oh, you know what? I left the other clasp. I'm working on a new clasp, you guys, and I left it downstairs. So anyway, 263 for the moon.
Don't take it off yet.
Okay,
This is a hit
Azalea,
right now, and
she's
I'm
writing
looking
everything
all
down.
around. There are a couple people that are Facebook user and they just commented the thing and I don't see them. That's only 2 people, but most people I can see their names. And Wendy Hawkins 263.
All right, do you have it? You
So
get
the
Kay
people
Slayton.
that I got down for 263 are Cindy Hourhan, Wendy Hawkins, Lauren Rachelson, Kay Slayton, Sean Pippin, and Lynn Nicole for that silver moon clasp.
Okay, I see a Facebook user, but I don't know. Maybe that's Ann Schroeder. Maybe. All right, so that is what we have for... Oh, Pat Moore. Then not Ann.
It could be Ann too, because I think they are both having problems.
Okay.
Nice. I'll give Dad a casting list for all of these. So yeah, when we're showing just one, that means we have one on hand, and then I put everybody else's requests on a casting list. So it takes a couple of days for Dad to make the other silver ones, but then
Yeah,
they'll
he
ship
has
as
a
soon as
tree, but
possible.
they just have to be cast, so they're already treed up. Ann says the moon clasp is not for me. Facebook user Kitty Schaefer. So
Okay.
that's Kitty Schaefer. All right, thank you for clarifying that. Okay, I have another necklace. This one's a little bit different. This is another paperclip chain, you guys. Look at the,
And your thing is coming up now. It doesn't say Facebook user anymore. We can see you.
yeah, now it says her name. I wonder why. Okay, so this one's $42. It's lot 259. It's a little bit finer paperclip chain. So, and this one is, let me measure it for you. It has a lobster clasp on there. Oh, Ann says she registered again. All right, so this one is, let's see how long it is. About 20 inches. And it's a high polish, high shine, sterling silver chain. $42. Or, yeah, it's 42. And lot 259. Pat Moore, 259 is all.
All right.
So this is a really beautiful chain. I hope you love it. I have several in different sizes and shapes. And sometimes, you know what I do? I layer them up together. And I wear it in what's called a neck mess.
All right, Pat Moore. So far, I have you down for lot 263 and lot 259. I hope that's correct.
Did we already do this one, Zoe?
Which one is it?
This great big one?
Lot. Which one? Which number? 255. Doesn't look like it.
Oh, okay. So this one is the biggest one. It's sterling. I have it marked. I was getting ready to take this to Art Garden, and then I changed my mind. So sometimes what I do at the shows is I have a tree of chain, and then I sell the pendants next to it so people can buy their chain separate. This one, though, I kind of was like, I don't know, it's silver. What if someone steals it? It's 60 bucks down the tube. So this is a 16-inch, $64. Great big chain.
Which one was lot 259? Did we just do? I forgot. Wasn't it a chain?
Probably this fine chain.
Did we
Write
have
it
one of
down.
Those?
I think we only have the one.
Well, Pat Moore beat everybody else to it for 259.
Okay, well, then she won it.
All right, let me keep looking.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, that's good.
Carla says, I just checked the radar. The line of storms that hit you are down along the state line. Brevard is getting blasted. Brevard is not too far away. It's settled down, but man, you guys, it's like dark outside. I don't know what's going on. It's probably going to come back around.
It's a beautiful color of the sky, though. Deep blue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sheree, you're not the only one. She says, I collected heavy sterling chain in the 80s. Looked cool with my spiked hair. At least I think it did.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, Sherry. I bet it did look awesome.
Yeah, I like to wear this. I think it's
Tried
pretty.
golf
I
real
have
hard.
several that I kept for myself. And you know what? Sometimes I don't hang anything to them. Sometimes I'll hang something on this, and then it goes like this. But I don't always do that. You can dingle-dangle something like that. But then it makes a kind of a Y necklace. You know, those Y shape. So generally I just wear it straight out and I don't even put anything on it. I have made them for shows. Like earlier when I was showing that other one, I have put head pins on little fancy cut stones and I went all the way around. This is only a 16-inch one, so it doesn't take that. It's pretty easy to do. But you can imagine if you went all the way around. And I did one on each one. And then I did another one.
If that one doesn't sell, I'm calling dibs.
Okay, well, it is
Magic dibs.
255, lot 255, and it's 64. We have these made in a workshop in Mexico. That's where those are
Isn't
from.
that like a family business?
It is. There's several generations been making that. Oh, and then you guys, the standard
That's not
favorite.
available on the website right
It's
now.
not. We sold out a month or so ago. So you guys are very familiar with my statement clasp. It's the moon over cloud. And I usually have these in different materials. Right now we have some in silver. Usually I make them in a more affordable bronze. And it's a favorite because it holds up, it looks good, and there's never, I mean, it doesn't come undone, so. Oh, Sheree says, let's see. That explains the lighter color in the silver. About it being made in Mexico, we have tested them, and they seem good. So, oh, we have some people interested, Isaiah. Mary?
Mary was the first one in there that I saw for lot 272 for that silver.
Yeah, I might have another one sitting over there. Okay, so that's for this as a bird. 48, nice heavy piece, good for chunky thick.
This one.
Oh, you want to sell one of those? I'll sell one. I want to cast the other one. So this is one my sister made a long time ago. If you guys want this, I have one. I don't know if I'm going to make it or not, but if you want it, there's one. I don't have more. Only one. It is a bubble clasp. This one is made by my sister Sheila. She used to be Sheila Thornton. It's now Sheila Keegan. It's 265. I got one. I'm thinking about casting it again, so I don't know. If you guys are interested, 265.
See any comments coming in for that one?
Not yet. Oh, someone that's a Facebook user.
I don't know
Might
what that is.
be Pat,
Here,
maybe.
Put that back for a second. Show that heart. That heart.
Oh, it's silver?
Mm-hmm. Wasn't it? That looks silver to me. That was in that tray you showed me.
Oh.
Silver.
Silver. So, this is a chunky, thick sterling silver Faceted Heart.
That's one of our new pieces.
It's one of the new ones. We usually, if you want to see it in pewter, I can compare. I have one here. I buffed this one this morning. So this is pewter. And then this is silver. So you can see the difference. If you would like one in sterling, then you have to pay $50 for it, unfortunately, because it's heavy.
It's
Look
thick,
how thick it is.
not hollow.
This is not a hollow piece. I know some people be like, man, pricey. But
We did that
this
by
is
weight.
this is also like almost in like, I mean, I don't even know how much that weighs. I'd have to look at it.
We can.
Yeah, silver is a more white tone. If you were to look at these, pewter metal has a colder, more of a blue tone, and silver has a yellowish tone. So that's the difference. If you're interested and you can also see the tiny, tiny bit of shrinkage. So you can see that. A little bit larger. See that? A little bit. There's a tiny bit of shrinkage. So, and weirdly, even though this is visually larger, this is heavier. So silver weighs more than pewter does. So that's one of the reasons. Julie says, no, 50 is a great price. We thought so, because, I got to buy that silver, and I always think, man, I hope that stretches out, because it's expensive.
It's extra work to clean it up and cast it, too.
It's just a lot of work. It's
silver,
a lot
but
of
it's
work.
worth it. I love silver.
I know, me too.
Which one is that's lot
262. I don't know if anyone was interested in that one. So if there's watching on the replay, just email Azalea and she will put you down. Okay, so this is from my personal stash. I bought these to make earrings, and then I never did. So here you go.
lot 270 for
And
those.
so I've been trying to make stuff
silver
that's like,
roses.
I was trying to share more of the special things that you can't find anymore. And you could only find these if you go to Tucson and you go track down, what's her name? It's right on the tip of my tongue. I can't think her name. Anyway, I don't remember the name of it. I think I have, that's a good price on these, y'all. They're hollow, they're
I
light.
love them.
And I only have I think I have 2 sets. I don't know.
Should we sell the second set? You did have a second set earlier, but I didn't know if you wanted to keep it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the first person to get lot 270 was Lauren Rachelson. Now let's look. The second person looks like Kim Carnes was the next person to get that second pair of roses for lot 270.
And I believe these types are fine silver. They come from the hill tribe in Thailand called the Karen Hill Tribe. That's where that's from. That was 270. Okay, this one's another big old chonky thick.
Chunky
But
thick.
it is not as heavy as that big old faceted heart. This is lot 264.
That one in
And-
pewter is popular on its own.
Yeah, in pewter, this is one of my all-time best sellers. So this one says on the back, it says, some pursue happiness, others create it. You see that? It's about $264 for $36. It's a pretty nice, heavy piece. I have made this many times on a chain of garnets and pearl. Mostly pearl. Like I'll do a wire wrap and I just do that simply. And I've sold this necklace over and over and over. Although I haven't sold it in a silver drop. I don't think we've made that many of these in silver. So if you're interested, I think there's one finished and there's several on a tree waiting to be finished. So if you're interested in that, that's $264 for the floral heart. And it is a lovely piece. It's one of my favorites. All-time
Yeah, for that
perennial.
floral heart, I have Kay Slayton and Wendy Hawkins for the floral heart.
All right, so this mini, $16. And it's a little fairy. $266. On one side, you get a floral bouquet. On the other side, you get a sweet little pixie thinking about things.
Thinking about things.
It's got a little,
Flowers, yo.
it's got a little basket in the hand. So that's $266 for a fairy. $16. Very detailed. It's a sweet piece. If you have long wanted this in silver, now is your chance. Sometimes we get people asking, and depending if Greg is slammed with wholesale from like Lima or Cherry Tree, then he can't make as many of the fancy metals. So that's like, maybe we've been trying to do once a week to get some more of that going. But sometimes we don't have time, if we're out of town or
Keep that on
whatever.
for just one more second.
Okay, we're gonna keep it going for 1 second. It looks like we have several
Scroll back
people.
down. I've already got those names.
Carla.
I'm gonna read them off in just a second for people that claimed that. I feel it's convenient to just tell people right away who got it and who. So there's no confusion about it any later. Is that 260?
Yeah, and this one would particularly, like if you buffed that up, I'm gonna shine it up right now.
All right, the people that got lots, that got lot 266 are Julie Liston, Kay Slayton, Sean Pippin, and Carla Hartzog.
Oh, and it looks like Mary Schwartz.
Mary Schwartz, okay. We can always add that more and more to the casting
Oh
list.
yeah, that even brightens it up because sometimes when they are hand finished, these are buffed on a buffing wheel, and it has a little bit of extra. So boy, that looks good when it's shined up. Yeah, and that's a good price on that too.
We try to make it as fair as possible.
Yeah,
Charging by weight.
try to charge it. And that's not by weight. There is weight involved, but sometimes if there's a piece that is particularly difficult, we try to get that time is also. Oh, Cherie says, I just got a fairy butterfly from Sam's Beads. I can't wait to make a necklace and crystal drops from her. Oh, good, good. Love Sam's Beads. He's so fun. Lila Azalea says she wants 2 of 266.
Lilia.
Lilia. Why my eyes said Lila. So this is 261. So this one is 52. It's heavy, but you know what? There's a high fail rate on this one, so it's a little more. And a polisher, a little extra. Isn't she beautiful? This one I feel like is one of my best statement pieces that I've made. And the best part is, look, her backside. I sculpted her back. I didn't do this because we need a place to sprue up. This is where we sprue up to cast. So I didn't do the texture. And this has, you can dingle dangle stuff from here and here. So there's a hole at the top, right up there, and there's a hole down here.
That's lot 261.
So this is lot 261. She's $52. She is a pretty big, I don't think she's so huge, but I have made this on a shorter necklace, and this one appeals to a lot of my younger customers to put on a mala. I've seen this on a mala in bronze. I made some in bronze, and they looked super good in bronze. And I haven't made this one in sterling that came out. We had some, but I had to redo them, so that was no fun. So the ones we had, accidentally, I didn't notice that they weren't connected, so they didn't have, they didn't make it, essentially. So anyway, that's lot 261, and it's $52. Email Azalea.
If you're watching the
replay. Okay, so let's bring in, we've got,
that's the one that's been highly requested.
Everybody's been asking about this. It's a little heavier than that previous piece, and Azalea was funny. She was like, the Luna moth, and then she saw it. She was like, I didn't realize that there was a fairy under it. Isn't that funny? So this is lot 256, and it's sterling. A beautiful piece. Beautiful piece. Oh, did you see that Pat Moore said she would like a Big Mermaid? Okay, so we have here for 256 Azalea.
Oh, got one.
Lila. It is. Oh, so I did get it. Azalea, it is Lila. But it is not. That you don't pronounce the extra I in there. So this piece, 256 is 56. She's a good weight. and you can string from these two corners, from each wingtip, and at the bottom. I've seen this done in so many beautiful pieces where people have made like a rosary chain and then dangled things from here, from the wingtips, and it looks good. And you can decide if you want to show this side, the fairy, or her disguise.
Super cute.
All right, so that's lot 256.
Yep, I got that down.
All right, let's see what's
Let's
left.
get back to those.
We only have a few things,
We
you
have
guys,
these,
some
and then we
stones.
have those and these.
So,
which ones do you want to show first? This is the last.
Let's just
of
get
all
the
of it.
silver done. All right, so I have a few bundles of these. They're actually all the same. Azalea just marked them because she didn't know
I
that they had
wanted them-
different weights.
I wanted
So-
them to be. It's easier to have different lot numbers, honestly.
All right, so what these are, this is $22. These are sterling. And this is more of my collection of Hill Tribe. And what I did with these is I patinaed them. But they're little flowers or stars. And I put 20 on there. And they're sterling. And this is lot 252.
Let's show all of them at once so people
Oh,
can just get them done.
So they're all 20.
They're all 22. They've got different lot numbers. So
Yeah,
if somebody else requests a lot number and then you say the same thing a second time, I'll just put you down for a different lot number, but they're all exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. Carla says that little charm will go on a ring link with my 2 butterflies I bought from you. The third one's a charm. Sweet.
Scroll up a little bit.
Ann Schroeder and Wendy Hawkins. And then Sean Pippin wants a 256 Luna Moth. Okay, perfect. Right, so yeah, if you want these to be shiny or you want to take off the patina because they're rainbow now, and they stayed, I kept them, I mean, I patinaed these several years ago and they look the same to me.
Alright.
You can just hit them with a polishing pad or one of the many ways I showed you guys this evening. So that's lot 2, or they're all different, but they're sterling star spacers.
Yeah, lots 252 and 253 are taken from 2 different people that commented 252. So I just, they're
So there's one left.
interchangeable. So there's one
So
left.
they're kind of like, I don't know, I love it like this. I've used these in between little barrel beads and they look good. So you can imagine it. You can put those in there. Or, you know what else I've done with these that's cute, that's kind of unexpected, is you know those the fine chain charm holders that I like to make? I dangle them this way so you can see this part because I think that's the charming part. So if you put them in front of something, let's see. This is one of my favorite ways to use them. On front of a pendant, if you make a stacked one, it adds a little bit of texture. Or on just regular chain, dangling like that. So you can see that it has a really kind of a fun texture. All right, what's left?
That's
Stones.
The silver's done, so now we get to the stones. You should just
I
put
only
them all out
have
at
a
the same
few
time.
of these because I'm down to, I was keeping some of them, but I had several people email me and ask me if there was any more of these. There's only a few lots of this left. I haven't gotten around to stringing, but this is $25. These are rubies that are hand carved. They're
Those
beautiful.
are a fan favorite for a while.
And so I've been keeping the, I've been trying
It's
not to
lot
hoard,
269.
but I did this so that you could make 3 pairs of earrings. So you already have one person that wants them, Azalea.
Yeah, I know.
She saw it. And they're beautiful. You will not be unhappy with those.
Alright.
And I have 2,
Put those out at the same time, maybe. We've
Okay,
already
so-
gone an hour and 34. That's
Ooh.
crazy.
now these are different weights. These are sapphires, you guys. And if you've gotten these before, then you know how gorgeous they are. They're
like
natural.
blueberries.
They're not dyed. This is natural gem material. They are beautiful. So I have a couple that I've set aside for myself to make earrings unless someone asks me really nice.
Mm.
And even then, I don't know, but I got
It's
these.
Lots 275 and 271.
So if you've been thinking about these, now's the time because I'm getting towards the end of my amount that I have left. And these are great. I got these during the pandemic, and I don't know that I would have been able to get them if it weren't. Because this, that's size. That's big, y'all. It's big.
Gigantic.
Even the smallest ones on the Strand were big. So I have two here. One is 40. These are smaller. These have a, look at the colors. I don't know if that shows up, but when I saw them, I almost passed out. Azalea had to support me.
Support you.
She was like, oh my dear Lord. Hold on, Mama. Hold on. And then when I saw the price, I was still a little bit flabbergasted, but in a pleased way, because pre-2020, there no way. So this is a good price. All right, let's see. We've got 271 is sold. So we have left, I think,
It's the last lot.
the
of
last
evening.
one, 275. If you're interested, you're watching the replay, you can ask, but these usually sell out pretty good. I don't have any of them left from previous lives.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Jermaine's with us tonight. If y'all don't get it, Jermaine's
She
gonna be in my
sometimes-
DMs.
she
She's gonna
slides
say, hey,
in there and
Zelia,
say,
she's
"What's
gonna have
up?"
a paragraph of a list.
I know.
Jermaine is in it
All
to win it.
right. All right.
All right. Lastly, we can bring the camera back up. We've run out of lots, and we can do the giveaways. And
Oh,
we
the
finish.
giveaway.
That's
All
it.
right.
That's all our
We're
lots.
s-
So
we're gonna-
adjust the camera while I put this.
So
stuff
I'm going to
away.
adjust this, but what I'm going to do is, what I ought to do is close it so you guys don't get motion sick from me trying to figure this out. Settings, camera. When we go to Fresno, we're going to take a tutorial with
From Kate.
Kate.
Nobody
So-
look at me. I'm sick.
Azalea said she's sick. All right. All right.
All right, so the giveaways that we've done that were just $20 gift cards with the website have worked very smoothly because I don't have to ship anything or forget anybody. So we're going to do the same thing we did last week and the week before. We have 3 separate giveaway rounds. One is going to be a magical creature, the other one's going to be a gemstone, and the last one's going to be flower. So I'll say them. You guys can guess. The first person to get it will get the first $20 gift card, and then so on. We'll have 3 going out, and you could win next week. Pat Moore, you won last week almost twice, so
Azalea's like,
no more psychic guessing, because it's not fair.
Oh, our friend Deb is on with us. Hello, Deb. It's so good to see you. I watched your live, and I tell you what, it made me want to up my game. So thank you, Deb.
Yeah, we should totally. We get inspiration all over the place. We got inspiration from GBE people to get on StreamYard and make a nice border. We were inspired by Softlex to start doing lot sales, and that's been really successful for us.
We've been in it to win it. So the first thing, y'all, and
is a magical creature. Guess a magical creature.
A magical creature. So
Don't
this is
spoil
how it's
it.
going to work. You guys guess, and the first person that names the creature, they get.
So if you think that you named it first above somebody else, we are streaming, like we say every week, that we're streaming to 3 different locations. So if you don't see it, it could be somebody commenting from, a different page or YouTube.
Yeah, so we're streaming through 3 different locations, so don't forget that. So you might not see
We're seeing the comments.
It's all blended together
First
on
person,
ours.
the first name that we see with the creature will get that first $20 gift card that you can use on our website anywhere.
Mm-hmm. And it's good for anything on there. So if you're like, before you're like, man, I don't want to spend that on a coin, now's the time. So you might get it. We're seeing a lot of the similar.
You don't have to scroll up. I'm seeing them as they're coming in.
Azalea's seeing them as they're rolling in.
You guys are all like feeling unicorn, gnome, and dragon. It's like
Not Sharice. She said Sasquatch.
Sasquatch
Mythological.
from Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that a conspiracy I hear? Mythological, Mom says. You believe in the Sasquatch? I used to be obsessed with the Sasquatch.
You can guess until we get it.
Yeah, you just keep guessing. You can
Guess
just
and keep
have
guessing.
a list and just keep going.
Well, I don't see it coming in. Cindy Chupacabra.
That's funny. I was just thinking about that. That's not the animal though. Or it's
That's
not
not
the
the
creature.
animal. It's not. I will say that Lauren is guessing kind of in the right.
Lauren said Minotaur and was close. That's not Lauren. That was an accident. Sorry.
I don't know if I would say close.
Well, in
but
the
genre,
same
mythological
a
field.
similar flavor. I don't want to say like if I say yeah, I'm not gonna say that.
Go
Hobbit,
look
it's cute.
at so you guys now you guys are thinking about.
You guys were thinking about it.
I see them coming in.
The half goat guy.
You guys are thinking about the same.
I'm thinking about
It's getting closer.
the half goat guy. That what's that guy's name? He's like real short and like Irish with his sparkling eyes. He played the
Mr. Tomness.
he was real cute in that movie.
She's
that was
thinking
real
of
weird.
James McAvoy.
I loved James McAvoy. And
I know
Baby
someone
Boy
else who
Time.
liked James McAvoy, and the name starts with an A.
I liked him in Penelope.
Who didn't? Pan, you guys, come on.
You guys are getting.
You guys are getting in there.
getting in there.
Pan, not Pan.
It's not Pan.
Lila, it's not Pan. All right, I'm going to give you guys a hint. Winged, but don't say fairy.
It's not a fairy, but it does have
And-
wings.
But Andrew is not the mythological creature, but his name does start with an A, and he does love James McAvoy. So
correct.
Faye. Okay.
It's not a fairy, but
Not
it
a
has
fairy.
wings.
You
Not
guys
a
have guessed
fairy.
almost everything.
You guys have guessed like the same things. There's like a row of gnomes, and it's like if the first person didn't get gnome, there's a good chance you're not gonna get gnome either because it's not.
All
gnome.
right, Sean
Oh.
Pippin. Sean, I know.
Are you sure?
No,
Let's
it
go
was
up.
not.
It
Well,
was
they came in at almost the exact same time.
Julie Liston. Everybody, it's going so fast. Julie Liston guessed Pegasus first. That was it.
Pegasus.
We're gonna
Pegasus.
take that down. Julie Liston for round 1 is the winner of the giveaway. That's a
All
$20 gift card, Julie Liston. I'll send that to you after the live.
Right after
Now,
the live.
round 2 of the giveaway. People are like
Round
riveted.
2.
People
Okay.
are on their keyboards right now. They are ready. Round 2 is a gemstone.
Okay, you guys, you got this. You've played this before.
Jeanette Vermilion. No, it's not a color. We're doing gemstone now.
Well, color is good. Color is a fun one.
Color is good. We can do that next time. We have to kind of switch it up, or else people are going to catch on to our flavors and then guess it immediately. Mary's after my heart with peridot. I love peridot, but that's not the gemstone of this
Of
week.
this evening. Okay, we've had people guessing ruby and sapphire. That is not it. Look, see this clasp so good I can do it without even looking. Look, I'm not even looking.
That's-
Yeah. Not looking. But I didn't get it in there. Oh, there it is. Turquoise, I see them coming in. Emerald. I like this because it's like a choose your own adventure. You can go this way. If I feel like this is excited. Or I could put the clasp in front.
You guys are really guessing right now.
They're guessing, but they're not guessing the thing. Oh, closer. Should I give a clue? No
wait,
clues?
no, just scroll down again. Let's see. Oh my God! Why they're coming? You guys are guessing real hard. Whoa! I gotta make sure that nobody's commented it.
Because
and
it's
I didn't
coming in
see it.
fast. They're coming in from
Well,
all
I have
over.
not seen it yet. I'm still looking. Let me see. That's not it. That's not it. Okay, you guys haven't gotten it yet. You can give them a hint. A very tender, simple hint, but not too detailed.
If I can't give a hint because it usually comes from Afghanistan.
It's really funny. I don't know if anybody's gonna get that. Oh, wait. Wait.
No, I see it.
Yeah,
After I
that's
said
it.
that.
Lori Wooten.
Lori.
Lapis.
Lori,
Correct.
she got it. Lapis.
All right, y'all chill out with the guesses for just a second. They're like
Okay.
ding, ding, ding.
I know. See, on our StreamYard, they're coming in hot
We
and
should
fast.
show you guys like a screen recording of this so you believe us when we said that it's like it shows up and then it skips to the bottom and it shows up and
There's
then it
like,
skips.
yeah.
It's crazy.
They're coming
All
in
right,
fast.
So round 2 of the giveaway winner of a $20 gift card was Lori Wooten with the guest Lapis. So Julie Liston and Lori, you guys have gotten the first 2 giveaways.
Lauren said she said I didn't see it come in. Lauren, maybe the internet. There might
I didn't see
remember.
it either. I'm sorry. Remember, we are streaming to 3 different locations. I'm not. Maybe it didn't. Because I've been reading.
Well, they
my
did
eyes
come
have
in at
been
the same
glued.
time. We had like several come in, and right after I said that, they
We're
were
just seeing them as they're listed on StreamYard. So who knows? If you commented it first and then it showed up afterwards, we're sorry about that.
I don't even see yours on here. Where she said she said it before. I don't see it. Lauren, I only see the first your comment that says that you said that you guessed that earlier. It's not even showing up. I don't know. Maybe a glitch in the matrix. Colite, playing is a lot of fun. I don't
we
even
try to make
see it on
fun.
here.
We try to make it fair, not too difficult. All right, we've got one last round of the giveaway game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
because
it's a
Facebook user says that on Facebook it's down to a very few watchers. It says 5, but what I see on my screen, it says that we have 34 total.
Yeah,
So,
because we're going to
YouTube.
the Green Girl Studios page, the YouTube, and the Great Beat Extravaganza
So
page.
there might
So
only
if you're
be-
watching from one of those locations, you're not going to see the comments from the other locations, and
Yeah.
we're getting all 3 all at once. So
We're
that's
seeing
why.
them all. Yeah, we see all of it,
All right, so
and
the
it doesn't
third-
say where it's coming in.
No, it doesn't. The third and final round of the giveaways game is a flower. Guess.
Now this
flower.
one is not your usual flower, and I will say that it is usually
She's gonna give you a
winter-
hint right off the
a
bat.
winter type flower. That you see these, they grow, they're like very hardy. They come in maroon, green, a pale green, and if no one gets it.
Oh, that was so fast. Carla Hartzog, hellebore.
I know. I was gonna say they're
We both
usually
gasped.
winter. They call it Lenten rose or Christmas rose, but mine, this has been blooming
All right.
since like January.
That didn't
Can you
even get
believe
to
it?
like the other ones. It took like 10 minutes for everybody to guess. That one took about 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm. And then this
Carla
one,
Hartzog. All
look
right.
how good long lasting. This is from last week. I cut
It's
it.
growing in our front yard. All right, so the 3 winners of our giveaways this evening are Julie Liston,
Yes,
Lori Wooden,
Lenten rose
and
is the
Carla
same
Hartzog.
thing. Otherwise
guys,
known as Lenten rose.
You guys won the 3 giveaways this evening. Anybody has a chance next week? We're gonna have another 3 set. It's the most convenient for us to do the giveaways through gift cards instead of having to slip pieces in there. Or if somebody wins a giveaway and they don't have an order, then we have to like ship a whole new package to them with
It
just the
saves
giveaway
us
in
on
it.
shipping, is what essentially it comes down to. Is it
And then
saves-
nobody gets forgotten about because I do it right afterwards. It can be done like right away, and then you can just pick what you want. And it's like way more because usually we just put like an $8 bead, but now it's like a $20 gift card. So
It's like 2 beads. In
yeah,
shipping.
so it's pretty.
It's pretty good. It's good.
Everybody wins.
It's good.
So yeah, I said the winners: Julie Liston, Lori Wooten, and Carla Hartzog. Expect emails from me.
And
With your-
as always, we usually try to do I'll have a handful of beads by the area where we're packing things up, and sometimes we'll put in through the orders. We will put in stuff, and you never know. So usually Azalea will put a heart sticker on it or something like that, or draw a heart, so you know that it's a gift, and you don't have to do anything, Lynn. Azalea is gonna message you. So if you got it,
Lynn, you
And-
got 2 of the lots. So anybody that claimed a lot, I'll read everybody's names that got a lot number today. Now what's going to happen is if I have your email on file, you'll get an email from me that's like it says from Green Girl Studios, and it will be an invoice. And all you have to do is pay for that, and then it will make it an official order with an order number and shipping and tracking, and it's way more secure than just PayPal transactions, and you can trace it back and stuff. It helps everybody. So you don't have to do anything. I'll send you an invoice, but if I don't have your email address and stuff on file, I'll try to message you through like Facebook or whatever contact I have, and I'll ask you for your email address and your shipping address and whatnot, and you'll get an invoice. So the people that got lots today were Wendy Hawkins, Julie Liston, Ann Schroeder, Cindy Hourhan, Mary Schwartz, Lauren Rachelson, Kay Slayton, Sean Pippin, Lynn Nicole, Pat Moore, Kitty Schaefer, Kim Carnes, Carla Hartzog, and Lila Hodges. Those are all the people that got a lot today.
So if we can't find your email, then we can Facebook message you. All right. Oh, let's see. I'm behind a little bit. Oh, Cindy says, thank you for a good Sunday life. Thank you for spending it with us.
You've almost gone 2 whole hours.
Oh, Nancy, she says, is hellebore a perennial? Yes, it is, and mine's getting nice and thick and full.
Nice.
Bonnie Francis says, you guys are very generous. You know, Bonnie, sometimes I like to put things out into the universe. I know it sounds, you guys are going to be like, maybe rolling your eyes. But I kind of believe what you put out into the world, you kind of receive back, So to me, it just seems like people have given me gifts, and I continue to get gifts every day from people. And we share with each other. We have our friends, and it just seems good, natural.
Tina would like to see the flower again.
Oh, that's the one hellebore. That's the old one. This is the fresh one. Isn't it? And you know what? They come in where the color is a pale green, like that edge, and sometimes they're white with a speckle, and they're really beautiful. It's so beautiful, so sturdy, nice thick. You know what would be pretty is these made in paper. Actually, this is my favorite part. If you look up close to this, look at those little stamens. That lime color, it looks like a lollipop. Oh yeah, I have mine in a kind of shady location. If they get sun, they go more red. You can tell when they've gotten sun. Yeah, they're beautiful. They grow really well. They're hard to kill. I've got them in my yard, and it's rocks and shade, so it still survives. All right, well, thank you guys for joining us. It's always fun. Next week, we want to announce the winner. We've seen some really good pieces come in on the bunny, and I told Greg, he's been dragging his feet. He wants to see what everybody does. I said, listen, they're ready to know who won it. So you have this week, get those bunny pieces up so we can announce the winner of who wins that sapphire on the eye charm. So
this competition or this contest has been like in the running for like the past like 2 months.
Well, there was so many issues with it.
Next time, we should be ready with like a whole, like have everything ready to ship instead of like pre-selling it and then waiting to ship until after my dad's finished making the stuff. Like I think next time we should have everything ready to go.
I think
not
what we'll
pre-sale.
do
And then maybe we can have a cutoff date for when people can buy
enter
them. Like,
well, then some people won't even participate, so you don't have.
Enter the contest. That's what I mean.
So
like
the way you
have an ending date for people that can sign up, and then once that has passed, then we'll be like, okay, you guys have like a month to do this. We've never really finished. Like we're gonna
announce it next week.
So we're gonna announce the bunny contest, the spring bunny contest winners next week. We're gonna pick through everybody that's posted. In the group, extra points if you've posted a lot. Like if you've posted a bunch of pictures of different things in the group, then that'll boost you.
Oh, I don't know, because we were talking about. So anyway, there's going to be several winners. Let's be real. I'm not going to just do one. There's going to be a it's not even a contest really. It's going to be like if you posted a lot in the group,
creative challenge,
then it's going to be part of it. So we're plotting and planning our next giveaways, and that's going to be next week. So tune in next week. We're going to announce the winner of the bunny challenge, and we're going to also announce some winners for the things that have been like if you posted a lot in the group, if you're a good supporter, always commenting and boosting people, then that's going to, send you something. So Lori says, what's the name of your fab group? It is, Azalea?
The Green Girl Studios Gang.
The Green Girl Studios Gang. You know how long I waited to start a group because I couldn't think of a name? And then Azalea said, "What about the Green Girl Studios gang?"
And that was
then
it.
that was
Settled in
it.
10 minutes.
It
There
was
you
settled
go.
in a minute. She's like, "That's it." And then we said, "Done and done." At first, we
That was
were
a couple
like,
months ago now, isn't it?
you know, how hard it is to pick a name for something. It takes forever for some reason, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it takes 5 minutes. So,
Anyway, we
Oh,
have
yes.
finished doing the lots, we finished the giveaways, and you guys have all the necessary information. So, thank you for joining us this evening. We appreciate your support and for showing up for our small business. And we will see you guys next week.
next week, and I want to do a tutorial on like micro mosaic making. So I will tweak that to see if I can make it where it's actually doable, like in a home studio, and instead of having a ton of equipment. I've been tossing that around. I might have some ideas for you guys to see. So I'll see you next week. And if you guys want, you can like and share our videos and help us get and boost the signal and get it out there. So we appreciate each and every one of you, and we hope you have a very creative and wonderful next week. See you guys.